Welcome back. Let me come back to you to continue from where we stopped.
I've only been on the positive side of social media because but I think those are the two advantages, disadvantages. So it can be very addictive, and then you have to be careful, security conscious. You can't tweet away your life, you can't tweet away where you are, you can't share your yes. I just collected a 1 million naira at the bank, Zenith Bank to be precise. They want in Yaba. So you have to. I know people tend to want to tell everybody what they're doing, but you have to be strategic about it. You have to really know that yes, you're talking to 1 million and one persons. You don't know who is a thief, you don't know who is a scammer, you don't know who can help you, but you have to use wisely. That's just all I can say. I think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, depending on which side of social media you're and what exactly you're using it for.
Now, a lot of our parents might freak out hearing that you want to quit your regular 9 to 5 jobs, especially when it is a lucrative one, to pursue a career in the digital world. What could be the motivation behind such a move?
Is lucrative. I foresee a situation where people would have to leave their 9 to 5 to join people who have jobs on social media, because of course what it's the kind of job that you definitely enjoy. I mean, you get to socialize, you get to interact with people, and on the side you get to earn money. So it's less stress, and it's very flexible. And of course, I understand that a lot of people like jobs that are flexible. Social media jobs are jobs that would allow you to make good use of resources, and at the same time it's so flexible that you'd have time to do so many other things on the side. Of course, you can work for 3 or 4 companies. If you are a social media personnel, you can get up to like 4 or 5 companies that you work for. It's so flexible that way that you can earn multiple, you can have multiple streams of income working for different companies. All you just have to do is to know that, okay, this is for this company, this is for this company, and this is for this company. I have people who actually work for government ministries and parastatals across boards, even across political party or platforms. You know, somebody can actually you can work for um, 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 you can work in a multi-party system. Of course, what we have in Nigeria, just be there low key, work for APC, work for PDP, work for COA, and of course, you are managing their social media accounts, and you are doing all sorts. Of course, that's just the way it is. People, I've seen people who worked with the previous administration are also in this new administration, and it's just business. So I think the opportunities there are the fact that it's actually flexible, and of course, a lot of people like flexible work.
Basically, I think we need to first of all compartmentalize the entire social media framework, right? Because at the end of the day, we have different under social media. Now, I'm not talking about the broad online media and everything, just social media alone.
Okay.
We've got different categories of work, that can be done in there, and you have a social media strategist, yeah.
Yeah.
You also have got, maybe let's even say, search engine optimization specialist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now you've got a search engine optimization specialist is somebody who just helps corporations, websites of corporations and their accounts to appear online once you type certain keywords.
Keywords. Yeah.
And these guys are actually cashing out on this. Like, if
Of
you're a
course.
search engine optimization specialist, like, you are cashing out on this big time.
And I five is actually on social media. I do digital media for my organization. But well, five if my 5:01 p.m. pays me more than if my 5:01 to 8:59 a.m. 5:01 p.m. to 8:59 a.m. pays me, basically more than that I'm earning in my 9 to 5. Of course, I will.
There was a data I saw somewhere. I can't remember when, like it was in 2013 or thereabouts, where the no salary of $9,000 or thereabouts
Wow.
for search engine optimization specialist alone annually. you know. And these are all opportunities that can be gotten. So if you compare, okay, you're a banker, do you earn up to $69,000 or let's say $70,000 annually? If the answer is no, and you're being trapped in Lagos traffic from 4 a.m. to 10, like you get to your house, some people get to their homes as late as 11, 12 p.m.
Yeah,
or
true.
8, 12 a.m. the next morning, and then they wake up again 4 a.m. to get to work and all that. And then if you're a search engine optimization specialist, all you need to do is to just help corporations. And you have your time, like Demola rightly said, you've got your time to play with, you've got other things to do, and then you move on with your life.
All right, guys, thanks for coming on the program and sharing your perspective on this issue. But that's where we have to leave the conversation today. We'll take a quick break. And when we return, we'll actually be meeting someone who left his 9-to-5 job to pursue a full-time social media job. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now, joining us to continue this discussion on the opportunities, various and numerous of them that lie in social media, is Nasser Yassin, also known as Nas Daily. Nas, it's a pleasure to have you on the program today.
Thank you for having me.
So first of all, I mean, it's surprising that you quit a lucrative job after graduating from Harvard
Yeah.
and you're facing social media full time.
Yeah.
What is the reason behind that?
Actually, that's a fun analogy. I don't know what's harder, Harvard or social media.
Okay.
I think social media is harder
Don't
because
scare those trying to go into social media.
you're right. Yeah. It's much more fun too. Why? The question is why I did this. It's really hard to explain. I think everybody just wants to be out there, meet as many people, and do really cool stuff instead of being in the office for 8 hours a day. Unfortunately, not a lot of people can afford that in terms of time, in terms of family commitments, in terms of money. I just happened to be at a good spot where I could afford that in time, money, and family, and so I decided to do it. And I started a Facebook page, and I just do 1-minute videos every single day of my life. The whole point of that is to inspire others to live in a similar way without having to do the 1-minute video. So I think social media should be there not to just entertain you, but to also inform you, even if it's subconsciously.
All right, but a lot of people might be thinking that social media is just some parking lot for trivial updates. What opportunities can be found in that space?
I'm here because of social media, right? I was found on Facebook as a suggested post or whatever, a friend liked a post or sponsored post or whatever. And the opportunities that you get to create and live through social media are just unlimited. Like you get the exposure from social media is in 2 months is probably the same exposure you'll get from staying at the same job for 5 years, at least for me personally. And that's why I really love social media, and because the world eventually is very small. Like you and I probably have mutual friends of friends, right? And social media makes that possible. So when my friends like my content, their friends see them, and you will see them from your friends, and this way I will reach to you, and the world will be more and more efficient, because the most efficient thing is for me and you to be friends, right? Not for me and another person to be friends. And if we make the world more efficient, social media has done its job.
You know, talking about efficiency, I mean, like in Nigeria at the moment, the economy is kind of biting hard.
Right.
Let's talk about monetary compensation you can find in doing social media.
Right. Well, I'm at a position right now where I'm not looking for monetary compensation. I'm looking for more of human interactions. But I think monetary compensation is just also has unlimited potential too. It doesn't necessarily have to be ads, and I think most ad-driven stuff is great. I mean, that's how the biggest companies like Google and Facebook operate, and even this TV channel. So it's great. But I think even in social media, like you could make a video for a company. It doesn't have to necessarily be your own video. You could showcase your portfolio, your talents through social media, and then you'll find gigs through that. That's one way. A second way is, like pro bono stuff. Like, hey, come visit South Africa, and we'll give you a night to stay, and here's a card for you to.
That must be exciting.
That would be exciting. Yes, that would be. That's kind of like somewhat why I'm here in Nigeria too. And so, for me, these opportunities equal money, right? It doesn't necessarily say a dollar amount, but I think that'll come later.
All right, just hold your thoughts for a second. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back
Awesome.
shortly. All right, we'll take a quick break. I'll be back shortly. Stay with us.